And we're rolling. Good morning. It is day 11 or day 12. I don't really care anymore. No, I do care, but that's not the focus. It's just another day. And to be honest, I'm grateful for this day. First thing in the morning, I'll come down to a place on the seafront where actually my last... I don't like saying these things, but my last suicide attempt was just over there. I can pretty much see it, and reminds me, just so grateful that I'm in this positive place right now. So, without further ado, let's get the medication sessions rolling. Get this bad boy lit. And I've got a good couple of things to talk about today, I hope. A couple of things that happened yesterday. And a realisation of how to handle my folks. Yes, it's another parent thing. Because it's me, it's important, as I know, it's important to me. And I've got to figure out a way to deal with it. So I think I may have found another route, let's say. So I hope this happiness is in the world. And if there isn't, do something today, just open Google up and say, and search for alternative therapies. Maybe search for whatever you want. Follow your heart, follow your instincts, because we're quite incredible, us humans, and I find that living on that positive side of life and finding solutions and not worrying about problems. When I'm firing like that, good things come, man. You meet interesting people, opportunities come your way, you might see something. Just being active, just being proactive creates opportunities. Therefore, you need opportunities to get out. You need to make them yourself. So, try and find an opportunity today. Top tip. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing those, but just rolling with it. So, Guten Tag, Guten Morgen. Oh my God, my German is probably so bad. I mean, language is my problem anyway, but I haven't spoke German in so long. But that's one of my things to improve. But anyway, that's not about today. Today, firstly, super excited because, the other day, when I said, think of an outrageous challenge or a ridiculous challenge or whatever it was, I said, I was thinking, and I thought of one. Dun, 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 dun. It is 1,085 kilometres from the front door of my parents' house to the front door of where my daughter lives with her mother, where I used to live, in Munich. 1,085 kilometres. So I've got a challenge or a target to get back to Mila in at least 22 weeks, because that's when her birthday is, her 4th birthday. Divide that back, you get around about 50 kilometres a week. And I reckon it's a challenge, but I reckon I can run it. Therefore, literally running back to Mila. And the way I came to it, just if you want to know, I know it's simple, but people that struggle with this, is I just thought of, what do I want to improve, firstly? And, what can the challenge revolve around? And it's fitness, because that's something that, my level of fitness and my level of what I expect myself to be doing, I'm so far away from it. And so I need something to kick me back. And usually it's like a boxing fight or something competitive to challenge for and to have a target or a training camp, essentially. Not marathon, I haven't done a marathon, but a running event or whatever. So then I thought, well, what is this target? And so with that in mind, so it's going to be an exercise based challenge. And then I thought, what's my main goal in this? What's my overall goal? What am I trying to achieve? And because I'm trying to work with this psychotherapist, what he said to me the other day about being a bit more concise and not speak so much jargon. So I said to myself, the target should get back to Mila. So I went, ding, 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 ding. Let's run to Mila. So anyway, I thought about it and I think it's a great idea. It's going to be tough. That's 10k, 10k 5 days a week. That's getting up. That's obviously at the end, the final push, and obviously getting a few 15s in, 18s in maybe. In the in the end, because 22 weeks I'll be super fit if I can build up slowly but surely, so I don't get injured. It's all about getting fit to be fit, ready. So I didn't have time yesterday to go into the ins and outs of it, but I told Sam, and Sam actually suggested maybe chucking a bit of a bike in it as well. Maybe that's what I'll do. Not a bad idea. See how it goes, but I like the idea of running. I must admit, I'm not really a bike man, although I'm doing it at the moment purely to relieve my knees from all this weight I'm carrying. But so this excites me. So I'm going to do it on Strava, so no cheating. May post the results. Not that anyone gives them monkeys, but I've got them. But I'll let you know. I'll figure something out. Keep myself and watch this back and keep myself motivated to run, because maybe that's going to be something that can stick in my mind for a long time. Every time I think about exercise, think about being away from Mila and having to run back to her, then that could be a good thing to switch, because that's that self-sabotage, pushing exercise away, pushing Mila away, pushing this away, I've got something to latch onto it now, and an emotion and a passion. So let's see how that goes. Secondly, because this is like supposed to really journal my mental health journey through this my mental health cycle, let's say, throughout the journey of switching therapy programs. So big part of my mental health is obviously my parents, so I'm going to talk about it, because I thought about not doing it, but I'm going to, and I'll keep this information very sensitive, because it's been a week now since I had a conversation with my dad, asking him basically to make a bit of an effort. I need you to make a bit of an effort, please. And by that I mean ask a few questions about what I'm doing. Ask a few questions about the process, the costs. I don't know, whatever. Just take an interest, because I'd feel like they're there for me. Like I said before, they've got an abundance of love, but I don't think they're communicating it and the actions. It's almost like they don't give a fuck. Don't get me wrong. I did have a question after the therapy session. How was it? But for me, I don't know how genuine they were, because I just couldn't tell, and I just don't know if it's like it's almost like, so how was it then? Hoping. I feel like my mum's hoping it's not going to be good, and I'm going to get back on them meds again, and back into that same cycle. Because if I'm well, she's no good, and she knows it. It's only when there's a drama that she's needed, or she feels she's needed. Definitely she feels she's needed, because she can be brilliant. She has the potential to be brilliant, but it's this narrow mindset and this stubbornness for change, to avoid change. So that I just didn't feel it was. That was the one comment. Anyway, so when I was preparing to have this chat with my dad, it's sad really, because I just thought about this morning. It's sad when I prepared the chat, because I have to really prepare these talks, because it could go sideways in an instant, and it's stressful. I planned that talk with with a plan for him to cheat this what I'm asking him, because I thought it was necessary, because I pretty much knew that he wouldn't give a fuck, and he's there. You know, they're not prepared to put any effort into this so far, because I want to be open minded. I don't want to end the judgment. You know, I don't want to do what they do. Everyone has potential, and it's my job to work it. But yeah, so the out was simply, mate, you can, you know, I was genuinely asking, I need a bit of interest. It's this inner child in me that's my problem. And right now, right now's the time, without a psychotherapist, without any proper, therapy, you know, I just need that to get me through this period. Just need you to show a bit of interest. It was basically what I asked. And I said, you could go on to YouTube right now, type in psychedelic psychotherapy, watch 2 minutes of a clip, store them in your phone, and then send me one every 2 days and say, watch this is great. How's it going? Maybe ask that, because, you know, that one gets missed quite often. How are you? I mean, come on, guys. So you know, and that option hasn't been taken. So I just thought it was sad that I had to go and figure out, not just to figure out a cheat for him, because I knew that he wasn't be interested. It actually hasn't happened. Not even the cheat has happened, and it's only been a week. So, like I said, let's you know, I'm not pushing it anymore. I feel like I've got my point across, where for what I'm asking, I've been quite specific, just to let you know, get involved, even if you don't want to, and you don't want to know, you know, the fact that it affects me doing what I'm doing, having to stand in the alleyway, having my medication, things like that. You know, that's tiny little things, but they're big things for people like me in this situation, and especially now. This is the point. Anyway, so that's not going to happen. So I thought, right, well, let's try and do something about it and use your head a bit. So this is what I came up with. Let me just... So this is what I came up with. While they're figuring out whether they want to make any effort or not, I thought I'd have a look at, go a layer level, and instead of going direct to them, go a layer level and think about their family dynamic and our family dynamic, as in their brothers and sisters and their children, and our kind of Dobbs family, let's call it. And it's really, really, really interesting, and I'm going to be sensitive, because you know, it is what it is, but these are the facts. I'm just going to tell you the facts. So let's start with my mum's family, because it's the smallest. My mum has 3 brothers. And she only talks to one of them. Definitely doesn't talk with the other 2. And I don't think they talk to each other, I'm not sure. But then there's the youngest. He's seems to be quite nice, and because they kind of talk, but the family there is broken, to the point where actually one of the brothers didn't even go to the dad's funeral, to my granddad's funeral, and it's madness. It's really a deep problem, and so that's that. And we were kind of grown up to almost, as I remember it, almost disrespect them straight away and ridicule them even, because they're a little bit different. 2 of them are, for sure. So that's my kind of memories of them. I mean, I've got no real, you know, I really wonder how you could bring your kids up having that disrespect for people. Interesting. So that's that side of it, quite simply, basically. So that's a mess. And then my dad is a little bit complicated because he's got 5 sisters and 2 brothers. Had 2 brothers, unfortunately passed away. But let's start with my dad and his youngest brother. His youngest brother. They were inseparable. They looked like twins. They were best mates all their life, but up until early 20s or something, and then hadn't seen each other for years and years, maybe 20 years or something. You know, every now and then, but not like they were. And then they reunited just before he passed away, unfortunately. But they missed all those years together, man. It's so sad. And I just wonder what that was. You know, I don't know these things, and I don't want to pass judgment. But that's what I understand of it. So that's sad. I'm gonna run out of juice in a minute. Yeah, so that's sad. So then his eldest brother. And by the way, I don't think that brother really spoke to many of the sisters, many of them, except a few of them, which I'll get to with the sisters. But so then we've got and the eldest brother passed away quite a while ago, but he was quite a bit older, so they didn't really have much. You know, he was quite a bit older, so never really heard much about him. But I'm really good friends with his son, Alex. I told you, which I've mentioned already. So anyway, so then there's all the sisters are called their names begin with T. So I'll just say T1 is has problems with her 2 children, children effectively, who live in another country and struggle, from what I understand. So that's not great. Then we've got T2, who's kind of struggled in life, and you know, their children are also struggle and also don't talk to each other. And yeah, she's quite strange. Got to keep this bad boy lit. I've got to get a new lighter. So that's also a rocky dynamic. Then you've got T3, who is absolutely brilliant, and I think their children speak, her children speak, and she's lovely, and I think they're all right, actually. But I know that she's got problems with some of the other sisters. So that's so what I understand of that. T4 has completely changed everything about her, and you know, is similar to my sister. And actually, she took my sister under her wing, let's say, as I understand it. Again, as I understand it, which is shit, because it's just my view on it. I know nothing, but that's what I see. So so she's a bit odd, and she doesn't speak to many of the sisters or brothers. And actually, I don't even think she was at the brothers, one of the brothers' funerals recently. So that's a bit fucked up. But I might be wrong on that. I can't remember. And then you've got T5, who had quite a troubled life. Something happened to her, and we never really see her ever. And she's always spoken about as a bit of a weirdo freak. And that's what we've got, and she's probably really nice. Just a bit different, maybe. I've seen her. I used to live in the same village as her, but didn't have any contact because that's the way our family rolls. And her children both live on the other side of the world as well. So, and then the sisters have feuds, but there's two of the T's are really, 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 really nice to me, and yeah. And then that's been So basically, there's like damage everywhere. People not talking about things, and to each other. Yeah, there's just damage everywhere, and that's I suppose you kind of, that's what I'm dealing with. And then of course you've got us, who, and we're not their children, my dad's children. We're not speaking to each other except me and Charlotte. So there's damage everywhere. Is what I'm trying to say. But again, that's just my what I know, and I know shit, but that's what I see and that's what I hear. I hope people are sorry. I hope people are, in our family are making their relationships up. I don't know. I hope they are. But point is, that's the sort of thing I'm dealing with, and it was an interesting thought process because now I understand a bit. So now maybe I can approach it in a different way. I haven't thought of that yet, but that was the thought of the day yesterday. So on that, today, hopefully doing a bit of work. Oh, sorry, one more story. How about this? Jesus, man. Yesterday I had to do a few NHS jobs. Way supporting the team. And you wouldn't believe it. I had to pick up some medication. And in St Thomas's Hospital. So I'm in St Thomas's Hospital. I get to the pharmacy, and they're like, "Oh yeah." Everyone's kind of queuing. They're like, "Oh, City Sprint, yeah." Oh, shouldn't have said that. Cut that out. And I was like, "Yeah, here to pick up so and so," and they go, "Oh, come in then." And I was like, well, "Okay." So I went into the back of the room, and it's like this tiny pharmacy with like these tiny little corridors of just medication everywhere, bottles, pills, syringes, the lot everywhere. And I got pushed into this space. All these people kind of rushing around me, social distancing. I mean, obviously there's different rules in the hospital, but you would have thought they would have kept me out of that situation. But I was pushed into this room. Anyway, I was like, I freaked out. It was like a spin out moment, and my cheeks and my face went all red, like sweats, all like burning, and spinning out, thinking, fuck. And it was like, what on earth? This is exactly what I'm just coming off of. So I don't know what you believe in, but is that kind of a test? Is that a sign? Is that something? Is it just the job I'm doing? And that is it. That's what it is. But I could certainly use it as a bit of a moment, because it was like, oh, fuck, shit, man. Think of how many people are on these medications, and like, it's granted that not every medication is bad. I'm not saying that. But it was just like, at the time I wasn't really logically thinking like that. I was just like, shit, why have you put me in this room? Why have you done that? And I'm trying to stay away from people because I'm trying to keep social distances. And then they're like, then trying to ask me questions. Yeah, what's the job number? I don't fucking know. Just showing in the it was really weird. And then finally they got it. I walked out, kind of. Well, that just happened. So yeah, I'm really pleased that I've made this decision. But I'm starting to feel a bit exhausted. Starting to feel, before it was hype and it's excitement, and and I knew that because I've recognised it. I knew that. I knew this was coming. This kind of little dip. Not a dip. It's not a dip. Just basically like that feel, the elevated feeling of doing, a new project, whatever, always gets you. And this is one of the things that I have to work on, and I'm working on it real time in real life. So fantastic. Really proud of myself. Really proud of myself. So baby, I'm running to you. Ha ha. 1,085 kilometers and I'm running, so I'm going to get back tonight hopefully, or whatever happens today. I'm going to figure out a plan. I need to get some running shoes because I don't have any right now, and I have an ankle problem, so I need to look after my legs and my body basically, and running shoes are really important, getting the right ones for my arch. And so that's going to take a little while because of the situation. But another target to accomplish. And there's lots I can do in preparation. So it starts now. The preparation starts now. In fact, I could start the journey on the bike and start now, and then kind of mix it up. I think it's a good idea, Sam. Thank you for that. Get going straight away. Why wait? I can start today. In fact, should I just start today? Sod it. Oh, go on then. I'll start today. So, baby, I'm riding back to you today. I'm going to start my bike ride and my journey back to you. I love you and I miss you. And if anyone listens, my target audience is 1. So if anyone's watching this, keep your head up, keep your heart strong, keep your mindset. Sayonara.